What's up, everyone? Welcome to a True Underground Story podcast. I'm the host, Timmy Burner. Today I'm with Tree. Before we even get into these questions, I gotta tell you, it's nice hearing you do some of these singing tracks, because Listen to Me was one of my favorites of yours.
Thank you.
And now you're dropping some more singing. I like it. Because you got a good voice. And you can fucking rap.
Crazy thing is, people been telling me I need to blend it more. Cause I started singing. Like I was a singer before I was a rapper. So I put down singing for rapping. So now we just bringing them back together.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll figure it out. You'll find your way with that.
Me.
So tell people a little bit about stuff. Where are you from?
I'm a Chicago baby. South side.
Shit. What was it like for you growing up on the south side of Chicago?
Ooh, it's an experience. It really didn't dawn on me until I relocated to Ohio. How? Because these is two different worlds. Like I damn near had a culture shock when I came out here. People was friendly. They talking to me that I don't know. People leave their doors unlocked. Like we was tripping, and then we was blown with the drive-through gas station. I ain't never saw that till I got out here. So that was different. So it definitely has a lot of changes. Growing up at home was just it's a it's a scary kind of battlefield. Like you always looking over your shoulder. So much going on. You lose a lot of people. So we've kind of become immune to death. So when people die, it's kind of like so it don't really affect us like that. But it's definitely set a foundation for who I am and how I am. So if you could survive Chicago, you could survive anything in my mind at this point.
I have yet to ever go through Chicago. I only know what I know of Chicago is shit I've seen in shows and straight through music. But definitely
It's a beautiful city. Don't get me wrong. It's beautiful. The food's great. It's a lot of good things, but the violence definitely deters that. So long as you ain't in the hood, you'll be fine. I definitely recommend going. It's not awful. Like you can go out there.
No. I plan on going because
I love my
it's
city
just
to
a
death.
beautiful city. But Chicago, you look at the list of all the rappers that came through Chicago, including yourself. There's just a lot of big names. Obviously, like Kanye, Chance the Rapper, Lil Durk, Chief Keef, Common, Twista, Da Brat, Juice World. There's a long list. What do you make Chicago feel like such a music city?
I think it's our style. We kind of got that tick, like Ye was talking about in a documentary. With that, like that's just kind of what we do. A lot of us, we kind of got the little fast rapping thing going too. But I think the music is authentic. Unfortunately, a lot of these motherfuckers living what they rapping. So, like when you hear a Chicago artist talking about being in them trenches, like we in them trenches. Also, I feel like people I ain't gonna say they still our lingo, but I feel like we bring a lot of slang and phrases to rap culture. Like that came from us. Nobody was yelling gang gang or none of that in their songs into Chicago. Like a lot of the phrases we use, they become popular throughout rap culture. So I feel like we kind of pushed that.
With some of the artists King Von and stuff, I want to say King Yellow is also from Chicago, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Now he moved away and he said that it was probably the best decision he ever made because he's safer in Las Vegas. Do you feel like a lot of the street artists from Chicago, that should be the move for them, is to get out of Chicago to preserve their life?
In a sense, the reason why Chicago I feel like is more vicious than a lot of places, because wherever you go, you gonna have hitters. You gonna have people that's about shit. There's hitters in Alaska, you feel me? But the problem with my city is everybody's a hitter. So ain't no even different races. Like everybody gonna get on that with you. So it's a city full of people who ain't got nothing to lose, ain't no fear. Like you crowd respect is so heavy to us. And respect come with a price when you put that diss in front of it. So um I do think that no matter what your success is, it's gonna always be somebody in the city that's gonna try you. Like it really don't matter who you is. Like somebody gonna get you. Like corporate just said that shit. Like I could sit here, you could come with me and I could take you in my area, but we only say for real with me in my area. We go over a few blocks. I can't save you from them. I can't save me from them. So you know what I'm saying? We all got our different associations and what we tied to. Most people know out here know what I associate with. And when I go home and I even when I visit, I'm in and out because I know what it is. I'm not really worried about say beef because I don't bother people. Like I ain't a person that starts conflict or confrontation. Like I mind my business. Everybody see me out here. I'm very low key. Like you never really see me out doing too much, but motherfucking straight bullets is everywhere. And that's another thing that come with a lot of the murders. Like the bullets is straight. They hitting people that's not even involved. So my fear is more just going to see one of my friends or family members and motherfuckers got a war on the next block and they just seen somebody on here. Now they shooting. I'm in the crossfire. You know, I do think moving kept me alive. I'll be honest, because if you look at all the rappers that stayed in the city, they not here.
Yeah.
A lot of us that move away, we still breathing, and then the ones who can flourish in the city, they kind of spotless. They not really in the hood. Like Chance ain't no like Chance is a hood nigga. Don't get me wrong. Motherfuckers live in the hood and come from the hood, but he don't partake in hood culture.
Right.
So Chance is kind of like he can move freely because he ain't associated with no gangs and nothing. So
About how long ago did you move to Ohio?
my move to Ohio was accidental, but I moved here permanently. I would say it was about 2012. I had a situation where I couldn't leave the state, so I had to stay for a while, and I just became established. Um, I came out here for school. I was recruited for band. I play saxophone.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's how I got to Ohio for college. And I had some unfortunate shit happen. It led to a little case, so I got stuck out here for a minute. And as I started developing as an adult, I just stayed here. Not to mention, y'all cheap as hell. So compared to Chicago, it's like it's quiet. It ain't a lot of violence. It's safe. It's chill. It's a place to focus, get your money, go about your day. So, um, even though I ain't from here, I've been here for a while, so it definitely feels like a second home because I have grown up. I know I get y'all a lot of shit, but I think that shit funny. But at the end of the day, Ohio is definitely a big part of my life and my development. More so on the professional side and business and just becoming that adult. 'Cause y'all know outside of rap, I do the restaurant management. I run restaurants and shit like that. So, and doing all that, and that's what I went to school for, business, hospitality management, and shit like that. So, oh, good. I always say I'm a Chicago bred, Ohio fed, 'cause that's how I got my little shit I say for y'all.
So you played saxophone, and that's what
Mhm.
got you into college. But how long have you been like rapping and singing? Because you said earlier that you started as a singer and then kind of started
Mhm.
rapping. So when did you really start like making music?
Um, it switched to me. It started with poetry. Like English was always my favorite subject in school, so I've always been good with writing. Like I win contests and shit, like writing essays, short stories, poems. So, um, eventually it developed into me actually wanting to be a songwriter. So I started writing songs for people and trying to make my own songs. I say like elementary school. And then in high school is when I really started pushing writing songs and then giving it to other people. I pull up a beat. So actually, my bro, he used to make beats like on his piano and shit. Cause I had a lot of musical friends. Like we had freestyle a lot, sit here. So it started with singing, and then I actually got into Wayne in high school. And once I heard him, I'm finna rap. I'm finna be him. Like that's all I'm like. The way he twists words, I'm like that's what I'm finna do. And it turned to rap after hearing him for real. Like that's when I made the decision to try and start. How can I do this with like a rhythm instead of what I was doing? So high school for sure.
Um, what was some of the music you kind of grew up listening to, whether it was stuff that you seeked out or like stuff your mom had you listening to?
Well, my family definitely played the old school. My grandfather introduced me to music though. He was big. He played piano. He was big on jazz, so jazz was kind of one of the first musics I heard. I actually tried playing piano, but I gave up because I couldn't stretch my fingers out. Fuck, it pissed me off. like forget it. So it kind of started there. But of course, like they grow you up on Michael Jackson and Temptation, so you hear all that. And then for me, like we grew up on child singers, so I grew up. We was Bow Wow, Romeo, Destiny's Child, all the Usher, the My Way, the You Got It Bad. So that was kind of rap wise. Ti, you had the franchise boys out, like all that stuff was popping. We was playing Party Line. I know we went through that Party Like a Rock Star phase. So anything like that, like I like R&B that make you feel like you really feel and you really singing. So that always stood out for me. And then as far as rap, it's just like Ti was my first favorite trap music. Like that was like my favorite album for a long time. So
Love
Ti
it.
was probably the first one. I like a lot of the mixtape shit was more my stuff. So Papoose, Twisting Words, like I played a lot of them, Cassidy I've always kind of drifted towards the lyrical rappers over anybody, which I guess you can see why my style is the way it is. 'Cause those were even with the R&B niggas like Trey Songz was remixing songs. Like he
Yeah.
redid like you had when August Alsina came out, he was remixing songs. So everybody was remixing songs. And that's kind of where I listen to more of the. I mean, I listen to the like mainstream music, but I was always on the mixtape side of things, even with R&B. So I preferred that personally because it gave more. It was more creative. That was my.
Speaking of R&B, in 2018, you said Jacquees is the king of his generation. Do you still stand by that?
I was trolling, but I do feel like at the time there were no R&B singers dropping shit like Jacquees. I like Jacquees. I don't even know why motherfucker. His writing
I
is
have no hate
funny.
against him.
Motherfuckers hate Jacquees. He got a unique voice. They say he can't sing, but like it's been time when people said I couldn't sing because my voice is different when I sing, so I don't have like a regular singing voice. You know what I'm saying? So there's people definitely with them. Like Life Jennings was my favorite singer for a long time. He got that different voice. Like Anthony Hamilton has a different voice. Like people hate that I like Ray J. Radiation is one of my favorite albums. Ray J is my best friend in my mind. Like I love him, but I like his voice. You know, like people
Hey,
hate
Ray
it.
J had them hits though.
Ray J had his, bro. I be arguing with everybody over Ray J. Ray J for sure got hits. Like I'm pro Ray J. I'm killing nobody. He had
So,
a little mishap on One Wish, and he good.
so what was it for you that like fully just like switched that gear in your head that you were like, yeah, I'm gonna pursue making music professionally?
It was honestly people been music for me was always personal. So when I do music, it was for me. I make music to release. I make music just because it makes me happy. So it's always been a personal gem for myself. But it's been so many people close to me because they are the only ones who used to hear it for real. And I think it wasn't really until I did the Free Smoke freestyle, which is my smoke. That was originally to Drake's Free Smoke beat. and it just went up on Facebook. Like everybody was like, "You can rap," and you know what I'm saying. So, and then I was also going through a lot of stuff. You know, I'm big on mental health, and most people know I battle depression here and there. So I've been through that. I've made that public so people know that. And for me, it was a way of healing and bringing me out. Like I had my mentor, like my sister. She's been with me since she's known me since I was like 17, and we're real close. We're not blood, but to me, that's my family. And she said, "You gotta." She actually told me like, You got a story to tell. Like you can do stuff with words to help people. Like you need to get this to the people and do it for yourself too." I had a couple other friends say that, so it was that moment going through all that stuff where I was just so overwhelmed. I'm like, I'm finna give it all to the music, and that's where my songs started coming.
So, as an artist, like, how often do you get faced with like writer's block?
I've had writer's block actually for a month and a half. So that's why we still prolonging this project. To be completely honest, I'm just coming out of it. Um, it happens. Like to me more so when I have so much other stuff going on and I'm not in a peaceful mindset. So once my peace gets disturbed, it's hard for me to just make the shit that's meaningful. Like I can try and make music, but I don't like it because it's not me. So I'm like I gotta make this line harder. This ain't vibing to the beat. So I'll leave it alone until I feel a spark. And it's times during writer's block I feel a spark. Even if it's only 4 lines, hell, one line, I'll take it because it's fire. And once I come out of that, I'm gonna add on to it, and it's gonna be even better. So I mean, I don't trip. So for me, it's rare. I don't have it too often, but I definitely have had it a lot during this album process. I think it's also because I'm like I want it to be that, like I'm doing a different sound in a sense. Like so many people are used to freestyle tree, or I just drop bars, twist shit, lyric, and people be trying to play me talking about I can't tell a story, and that's really where No Caution came from. So I could still be lyrical and tell a story. So now I'm gonna throw this at your ass, and I'm about to tell a few more stories because they be talking shit and trying to call me a punchline rapper. Everybody know damn well I ain't no punchline rapper. So this album is actually you get freestyle tree in certain songs, but we also giving you those melodies and you get some singing and I got features. I got the people I got on this album, which I've been holding features and dropping them ever so often. Um, I either really admire them, whether we never worked or we got a close relationship, and I love what they do. Usually, everybody know I'm arrogant, so I talk to everybody, even my rap fans, especially P. I'm still better than you, nigga. Shout out to Sleepo, I'm better than you. Candy, I love you. I'm gonna eat your ass now. But this particular project, I'm not in competition with anybody. Like I literally just want them to bring their energy to what I'm trying to do. So I sent my verses off. Everybody get to hear me. So if they want to try and outpin me, by all means, I'm letting them do it. Like I love it. Give me all that shit. That's why I'm choosing it. So it's definitely a different vibe. It's more emotional. People ask me to open up. That's hard for me to do, but I'm trying to open up a little bit more on the song. And one song that got some real emotion is called "Pain in the Melody." So that's one of my mental health songs. It's about like releasing shit through music and just some of the shit I've been through and how people did me and how I get it out is putting the pain in the melody. So that's kind of we're going different vibes. At the end of the day, I haven't told anybody the title yet, but I'll give you the exclusive title for the project to my boy. But it's called "In My Bag and Feelings." So
Ooh, that's fun.
um, everybody know I be in my bag, and we also know sometimes I get in my feelings. So we giving that vibe, and that's what we going with. So shout out Pucca Scotty. I see her on the live. She got like 7 beats on my shit. Me and Pucca doing big things right now. We gonna keep working. I love Pucca.
We Me and Puga actually during her interview talked about you because
That's
we talked
ain't
about her customers and we brought you up and she said that usually if you come through you're not buying one beat, you're buying multiple every time.
I pull up with the bag. Well, what you want? We be trying to get me though, cause I be at work. I be damn. Like she be trying to bust my head, but she know I never lowball. I respect her work and craft. You know, I had to fight for two beats that everybody was trying to get. She was trying to give him the Queen Naja. I'm like, you want to send him to her? You trying? I got you, shit. But anybody local, nah, they for me. I need them. So you know, me and her going. Honestly, she's the first producer I've ever worked with to be excited about my song. She promote my shit more than me. Like she happy. She didn't text me when I do something to it. Like she's so supportive. Like I don't know if it's because she a Taurus and I'm a Virgo. We supposed to be best friends. Signs. That's my nigga. We gonna keep working for sure.
So, when you started making music, what did like your family and your friends think?
My family didn't give a fuck about me making music in high school. They used to tell me to shut up. Like it was funny as fuck. I leave house. I'm there. There wasn't at home. I was always in the studio if I wasn't at band practice. And when I first started, my first studio session, I was like 16 or 17. And I don't think they think I was serious. And I stopped doing music because I came to college. Honestly, the producer I was working with told me I couldn't do both, and I believed him. He said I had to choose going to school or trying to be an artist. So at the time, being 16, 17, I'm like, well, shit, music wasn't guaranteed. I got to go get some, you know what I'm saying? I grew up in the struggle. Like, you need this money, so let me go to college. And because I was always smart, I just got in trouble a lot. Like, I was still in the hood, but I was like a genius type shit. So I went through those issues of being in the top 10 and being suspended all the time. So there's a shit like that. My friends used to get me in the shit that I shouldn't have been in. So, I mean, that's kind of how things transpire, but that's 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 it for me.
Who are some artists that you would say kind of influenced your sound and style? Would it be like the Waynes and the Papooses for the way that you write?
It's all Wayne, no. All hell Wayne. No, but it's it's like I respect so many different artists for different things. So like Tory Lanez is an outstanding. His melodies stand out for me. So when I'm like, all right. Sometimes I'm like, if Tory had this beat, what would he do? Or if like Drake spit on it, how could I Drake this? Like if I hear a beat, I hear an artist, and I'm like, it sounds kind of like this or something. And he made this type song. So like XXX Tentacion, his emotion and his vulnerability in songs. Like I aspire to get to that point where I can be that vulnerable because that's how his music touched people and really got to that. Like motherfuckers say if they want about him when they come to the music, you know, I'm all about the music. Like Usher, for example, .com is one of my favorite songs because sex is a topic that we all gonna talk about.
Yeah.
It's the way that you talk about it. So the way he related sex to a computer to me was just like it just pops in my head. That's why I try to have that creativity with how I twist words and how I say things. Even with me, like I don't even think people understand how intricate my shit be. Like I even try to line up ideas and time sequences and I connect shit. So if I make the song I just laid, it's like one reference of a bird, and not everything is attached to the bird, but it has different meanings. So it's just like time and chronological order. Like my shit be extra. That's why I be trying to tell motherfuckers I'm fine and I'm fucking y'all up. Like I'm fucking shit up out here. I be humble as fuck, but I'm tired of doing it. Like I'm bodying shit and y'all know it.
So you've worked with a couple of different artists like P. You've worked with Flam. What is it that's so special to you about working with P? Because you guys have like this competitiveness when you guys are together. Which I do have a question: is Want Smoke gonna hit Spotify and Apple on the album, or is that gonna be a solo
Uh,
project?
the Who Won't Smoke that we did,
Yeah.
that ain't my beat, so I can't put that on Spotify and shit. So it's like it was just for fun because I like that song. And I hadn't done a song with P. Like I love P. Like I fucks with P. That's my brother. But he always talking shit to me. He always started shit. That's why when Slico did that challenge, I gave him 8 bars because right before that he was talking shit. So I went in, hood. I'm finna. He laughed. I told him and everything. I'm like, I ain't finna disrespect you, but I'm finna get on your ass in this
But I'm
little
gonna disrespect the fuck out.
like this. I'm finna disrespect you respectfully because I'm sick of you talking shit. And he still don't give a fuck. That was a nice try, little guy. Like that's his response. So yeah, that's my boy. I love working with people.
If money wasn't like an issue and you could get a feature from any artist, who would it be for you? Would it be Wayne, or is there somebody like from Chicago that you would like to work with?
Oh, that's it's definitely probably gonna be Wayne, but Ye would be a close second because I love Ye. Motherfucker, Ye is from Chicago for sure. He don't give a fuck.
He does
I'm
not.
pro Ye. I
Yates,
know. I just know he gonna make my shit sound outstanding. I know the
yeah.
production just fire. I want to see how he work. He be shut the fuck up. Don't say nothing. I'm sit there. What you want? What you need me to do to work on this process? So yeah, I would love to work with Ye from the city. But Wayne gonna always be my number one option. To spit with my idol would just be fucking amazing for sure.
So you brought it up earlier that people are so used to freestyle tree. I'm gonna play one of your freestyles real fast just for anybody that tunes in on YouTube that's never heard it. This is your WAP freestyle.
Tree, say it two, 2 times. Look, I'm popping my shit, she popping her pussy. I'm on the ass like a stick and it's squishy. Tastes like a gushing, it'll be good. She eat like a monster, no we do it cookie. We see your messages, we never read them. Double the ocean, you'll drown in the DM. This shit is deep. You won't survive it, you won't stay up, you submerging and drowning. Wet in the morning like dew on the flowers. Squirty your face like the head on the shower. I got a nigga whose stamina matters. I don't need no pill to be fucking for hours. A lot of these niggas be mad at me, pockets is empty and full of audacity. They got the nerve to keep asking me, yo, he asked nigga, why is you adding me? You want a part of this pussy duet? I be offended, be kinda upset. Your aspirations ain't matching your check, and I know boy that dig it, I don't hang out the sweats. This pussy out of your league. I should be billing for sex like I'm Hillary. Juices that flow in the stream. This should be slippery on every delivery. Plus, I like the liquor of liquor. I like to fuck with a handful of Twizzlers. I pull them out right in her mouth. I make her eat them for dinner. She ain't that nasty to fucking with me. Bitch, I'm a mermaid, be under the sea. Focus on you, you don't add enough. Ain't got no money and dick for the both of us.
Hey, that was a wild ass freestyle. That Twizzler line was wild.
So,
I be hearing my own shit like, whoa,
the fuck was I on that day?
that was on.
As an artist, what to you has probably been like one of the hardest things you had to deal with music wise?
These motherfuckers in business. I'm a businesswoman. Like I don't play about especially if I'm paying you. So I've definitely dealt with some janky people in this journey, especially being fresh. Like I knew nothing about, of course I gotten smarter since 2019, but I don't have a manager. I don't have nothing. I just be walking in here blind. When I say self-made, like all this shit, I pay for all this shit. I come up with my own concepts on shit, like the video, like everything is me. So having to deal with people and then they do me dirty or I get fucked. Like the first project went left as hell. Like it wasn't fully mastered. Bruh still owe me money. I ain't gonna blast you like I ain't saw you. He been ignoring. That man been ducking me for years now. Like just give me my money. Like Addicted to Toxic was actually a song that was put on that guy's beat. And I ended up just like, fuck it. I'm finna make it to another beat because this song fire. Addicted to, and No Caution got corrupted 3 times, lost the files. No Caution was supposed to have been on Emergence. So No Caution owed as hell. But luckily it happened the way it did because Dre Manual was fire. Nobody touches my mic, not my sound. He the only person I let touch me. Now, if I do a feature with somebody and they engineer do it, but as far as me and what I'm putting out, Dre know how I sound. I call them. I need this done. So like the people I have established good relationships, I'm keeping them around. Like ever since Dre started, he mastered Win first. Everything after Win is all Dre. Except Smoke. Who on Smoke? We didn't do mastering. That's just a mix.
Yeah.
But other than that, everything I put out that's on streaming platforms since Win is Dre Manual. No Caution, Dre Manual. Addicted to Toxic Dre. The whole project is him. You feel me? So you can tell the difference in my sound too if you listen to what I put out at first and now. So that's been my biggest thing. Just goofy ass people.
To counter that question, what would you say has probably been the most rewarding thing for you as an artist?
Having people come up to me and just tell me how much they respect what I do, tell me they love my music, to tell me songs help them. I know more or less was definitely a song where I kind of open up about some things and people could relate to it. Man. I play that shit, it helps me. So hearing people tell me that the shit matter to them, because I ain't really an artist that just like want to be famous, want to be out there. Like I really make music that I want people to feel unless I'm doing a freestyle. When I'm really talking about something, like when I was doing Smoke happened after some racial issues occurred, and I'm like, y'all got me fucked up, and I'm like, hood, like this shit matter. Like I'm talking some real shit. So when you feel like when you could feel it and they can tell me they felt it, that's it for me. Just people genuinely fucking with what I do.
Smoke, by the way, also one of my favorites.
I think I did that in 2017, 2016. That's when it was created. Thank you. I know you love that song. You definitely. You always let me know. Your support is amazing. So I appreciate you. When you asked me to do this, I'm hell yeah. All right, let me check my schedule, make sure I'm off so we can make this happen. And we are.
So, obviously, listening to the Lot freestyle, you're not afraid to get sexual with it. You just spoke about .com and stuff.
It be hard though. My mama be playing my shit. When that No Caution video dropped, oh my god.
That's what I was about to bring up. The No Caution video you did with EJ McGee. You went there.
Shout out EJ.
He was in the lingerie and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
How
played
did
it
you and
safe.
EJ link up?
EJ was one of the first artists I met actually out here. So like EJ, Marky, and D Knight were the first three artists I met when I went to Encores to start recording. I got introduced to them. So ever since they first heard me, they've been supportive. They've been in my corner. And he was free. I'm like, EJ got a look, so you want to help me with this video? He like, hell yeah. So he pulled up to make sure I was good. It came out all right.
So I got a quick game here called This or That. I'll present two artists to you, and you'll tell me which one you're going to put on the radio first.
Okay.
Tory Lanez or Chris Brown?
Oh, I'm going to put Tory on first.
Bruno Mars or The Weeknd?
I'm not playing neither one of them. I'm changing. I'm sorry. I like if it's old Weeknd, the Birds Weeknd, I'm playing that. The new Pop Weeknd, it ain't really for me. But when Weeknd was on his other shit, I'm playing the Weeknd. So I could say the Weeknd if it's the old shit.
Yeah,
The
you get to pick
Ordinal
any version.
Weeknd, Wicked Games Weeknd, I'm playing that. You feel me?
Erykah Badu or Lauryn Hill?
I like Erica. Erica vibe so crazy. She a vibe. I'm going with Erica for sure.
Stevie Wonder or Michael Jackson?
Mike, sure. I used to be trying to moonwalk when I was in short. I can't moonwalk like that. I got a mean moonwalk. Just so y'all know.
Music Soul Child or Drew Hill?
Oh, Drew Hill's my favorite group. I love music too, don't get me wrong. Drew Hill's my favorite R&B group, so they definitely getting played.
DMX or 50 Cent?
I grew up on 50, so I'm gonna go with 50. I just love the DMX too. I know his shit. 50, I grew up on Get Rich or Die Trying.
Yeah.
50, gotta go with 50.
Jay-Z or Nas?
Uh, motherfucker gonna be mad at me because they know I be on not on the Jay-Z wave. I'm pro Wayne. I ain't even get in that argument because people just goofy with that 4 or 5 minute verse talking about he was better than Wayne. Get Wayne 5 minute verse, make it even, and then say something. But you know I ain't feel like arguing. I've been arguing for days. I mean, I guess Jay-Z over those two options. Jay-Z got a little more bop in his shit. Nas a little serious. We talking radio. I probably don't want to hear that, bro.
Tupac or Biggie?
Pop.
Keith Sweat or Luther Vandross?
Keep Sweat.
G-Unit or Slaughterhouse?
Ain't that 21 Savage now?
Slaughterhouse is
Who the fuck
Royce
is Slaughter?
5'9", Crooked Eye, Joel Ortiz, and Joe Budden.
I'm going with G on it. Ain't that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cardi B or Nicki Minaj?
Cardi. I'm saying Cardi. I love Cardi.
XX Tentacion or Juice WRLD?
X. Shout out to Juice. He from the city, but I've been an X fan. I love X. That's my boy. I was hurt when that happened. I was sick. I was quiet the whole day. Like, damn. Feelings was hurt.
Jack Harlow or Machine Gun Kelly?
Jack Harlow. Jack be spitting. They be trying to play Jack. Jack, I'm not playing Machine Gun Kelly. That's not happening.
Kevin Gates or Joyner Lucas?
Ooh. That's the hardest question you gave me yet. I like both of them. I can't pick. It'll have to depend on my mood.
I give everyone the option. You can choose both.
Let me get both. I need both of them. They're my boys.
Real fast. If you haven't yet, you need to check out Joyner Lucas's Funk Flex freestyle.
Oh, I saw it. Fire. That boy, I've been standing by Joyner since day one. They be like, man, y'all tweaking that boy cold. His delivery is crispy. His lyrics is fire. He got a flow for sure.
Oh, yeah. Lupe Fiasco or Wale?
Wale.
Wiz Khalifa or Young Thug?
I don't really like Wiz music. I don't like Wiz music. Thug, I stopped playing Thug after he came for Wayne. I'm loyal. Like I've been anti-Thug since then, but I do like Thug songs when I slide him in. So I'm gonna go with Thug. But he came for Wayne, tried to shoot at him. Wayne playing that shit. And then one of them.
Nelly or Akon?
Akon got like 2 songs I know. Let's play Nelly.
Outkast or Wu-Tang?
Outkast.
Eminem or The Game?
I'm playing Eminem.
E40 or Twista?
Twist. Hometown hero.
The Lox or Dipset?
Ooh. I prefer Jada Kiss without the locks. I'm gonna go with Dipset. Cause Jada Kiss is the locks. But I gotta go with the whole group. I grew up more on Dipset and they had a lot of bops growing up. So Dipset for sure.
21 Savage or Kodak Black?
Ooh. Give me both of them. I'm playing both of them boys for sure.
So I used to not really care for either artist, but here as of
They
late,
grew on
they
me.
have
I'm the
grown on
same
me.
way. I was not playing 21 that shit with him and Drake. I'm playing that day. That man said, drive while you shooting some team effort. Ooh, that was fire. That was fire line.
Ab Soul or Schoolboy Q?
Schoolboy Q.
J. Cole or Kendrick Lamar?
I'm more Kendrick, but I could play both. But I'm definitely I'm gonna put on Kendrick before Cole for sure.
Mobb Deep or UGK?
UGK.
Pusha T or Kanye?
Damn, I'm gonna play Ye, but I love both of them too. Pusha be spitting, sure.
Lil Wayne or Drake?
Wayne,
Royce the 5'9" or Benny the Butcher?
now one, I don't play neither one of them.
Gucci Mane or Jeezy?
Jeezy,
T.I. or Ludacris?
I'm gonna play T.I.
Gunna or G Herbo?
Herbo,
Lil Durk or Lil Baby?
Little Baby for sure.
Da Baby or Polo G?
Ooh, I'm gonna play the Baby. I don't really like a lot of his new shit, but Baby on Baby. I was fucking with the Baby before he was mainstream, back when he was Baby Jesus. So I've been fucking with the Baby before people really knew who he was. Definitely ride with the Baby. We've been rocking since he was in a diaper on that one little shit.
I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head, but I know what you're talking about. With the Baby, I know that one of my favorites of his is the song he did with Wayne, Lonely. Like, that
Yeah,
shit was hard.
it had to grow on me with that. Popping the mail is gone. She like I smell cologne. That's always gonna be my favorite song he did. That song is fire. That whole little album, little mixtape hit. Baby on Baby. He need to go back to that. I'm waiting on that.
Kalani or Summer Walker?
I do really like both of them. But I'm gonna play Summer first.
I fucking don't know if I asked this. Apparently, my brain's not working. Did I ask Mobb Deep or UGK?
Yeah, you asked them.
Jesus. Young Dolph or Nipsey Hussle?
Dog.
Dolph.
I
What
always play
impact do you
hood
feel
shit.
like Dolph and Nipsey had on like the underground culture?
I feel like Dolph did it for his city and he went back and gave back to the city. Like I respect them both because they really gave back to their cities and repped them motherfuckers and took care of them. You feel me? So I just think the shit they talk in their songs and in their interviews just be real shit, so it resonates with a lot of people.
Um, you actually recently just posted on your Facebook that you were up in Columbus. What was it about the Columbus ass that you really enjoyed?
You funny as hell asking that question. Listen, like I was there with two of my bros. One of them was completely gay, and he was even in that motherfucker. Like, goddamn, like he like it ain't a straight bone in my body, but these bitches is thick. Like that shit was funny. I don't know what happened. However, they was from different cities and shit. Like they just all migrated in one. It was like an ass motherfucking meetings. Like they all got summoned or some shit at 7 p.m. Like come here. It's like I don't know. It looked nice. They was shaped well. They were rotund. It was quite a bit of them. So it was nice. The clothes, you know, they doing their thing. Hey, you are funny as fuck for asking me that question. You gonna go far with this interview shit. Let's go.
Um, Also, in 2018, you had posted that you were going to boycott women that used iPhones. Do you still hold true to that?
I try, but they tend to find me. And then they demand that I get an iPhone. I don't even like Apple products. I'm not getting a fucking iPhone. And I hate when people come for me. They stay coming for me because I don't have an iPhone. Like, just let's make this public service announcement. I'm never getting a fucking iPhone. I said it
Right.
in smoke. My bubble's green as a cactus. When I text you, you better answer. So I don't want to hit none of that shit because they always hit me back. So, no, unfortunately, they all got iPhone.
So you're working on your project. How many tracks have you just like been sitting on for a while now?
I just recorded the seventh one. We going for 12. It's gonna be 12. I might add on, but right now it's 12 total.
What's more important to you as an artist? Your monthly listeners or your followers on Spotify?
Um, I'm not an artist that's really did all the playlisting. Like I dropped the last project, but I didn't market it, so we didn't really promote it. Where it's just you're getting playlisted and you putting in the money into getting your shit out. So, I mean, I just want motherfuckers to hear it. Like I don't give a fuck who follow. Like if you playing a song and you like it, that's really all I care about. I just want you to hear the shit. I ain't in competition for them. Like for me, a lot of people do music for like a bag, for clout. They want to be this. Like I really do music because the shit means something to me. So if I got 10 people that love it, I'm okay with it. I'd rather have the authenticity, you know what I'm saying, than anything. And of course, we gonna have to push the marketing for the bag because now they got me in all the business aspects, so I got a playlist and all this. But the genuine, I'm playing your shit because I really like it. That's all I care about.
What would be some advice that you would give to younger you or a younger person wanting to pursue music?
Um, I would have stayed at it. I would have told younger me to do this shit regardless. Cause every now and then I would do a freestyle just to make sure I still had it, which is how like smoke freestyles even came about. I'll randomly do one every year or something just to make sure I could still produce it. I think where I went wrong was letting it go. I feel like had I started a little earlier and got the knowledge of the business, I feel I would have told younger me to learn the business. That way, while I'm here now, more polished and I ain't getting screwed over and stuff like that. So I would have probably told myself to keep going and learn the business early. That's why I like drink champs. Like you realize these motherfuckers been doing this shit for they went through all kind of like learning shit when they was the fucked up contracts and all that. So I think like I love Drink Champs for that reason. Like just learning the history of how people started, who they worked with, what they went through. That journey I think I lost in the transition.
Yeah, like that's something that I feel like a lot of younger people I know they probably find like listening to like drink champs and stuff, like listening to old heads talk music and the business side of things, they would actually benefit from it because they'll tell you like if a record company comes to you with $1 million deal, read the fine print because chances are it's in advance and you're never going to get any more money out of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to be giving your manager or whoever 20 to 30% of that money. And then taxes, you're only going to end up with a couple $100,000, which isn't a lot to scoff at, but it's not going to provide what you're wanting. Like if it's somebody that's trying to get their mama out the hood or out the trailer park or wherever they're at, like the money doesn't go that far, especially now with inflation and everything in our economy. It's just, you have to like read the fine print on everything.
I agree.
So you had brought up candy bars earlier and P. How did you get like intertwined in like all the Moves Media people like Sleeko and them?
Um, It was actually P who kind of introduced me. I met P at Flamborghini's Flam and Friends when we did that performance. That's how I ended up meeting P. And he actually and Sliko was there too. I met Sliko there. And then when they ended up becoming moves through this big event where they had like all these performances when they first opened. Moves, I live out here in the area of Moves, so it's close to my house. So I had pulled up to the event. I actually was working. I had quit a job. They pissed me off. Fuck it. I was off until I started the new job. So I popped out to the event. P told me to come through. That's how I met, Candy that night. And then I had me and Sliko, he always showed me love, after we did the performance. And then me and Sliko, I started mixing with them. And then when I chose to record and do my project with Moose, that's how I ended up bonding with them a lot more. So, one thing about Moose, they didn't show me a lot of love. Like, they support everything I do. So, they respect what I do. I respect what they do. And we do great business together. So shout out Moves Global. All the artists, Rex in the rental, I fuck with Rex, you know what I'm saying? That's a wild boy. Rex Rex is a wild boy, you feel me? So,
Yeah. He a
um
funny fucking dude, though.
yeah, all they artists. I fucks with everybody. I fucks with the management. Jamel was a big part of the beginning of my project, and Jay Lee's doing great with the rest of it. So we working. Right now, the whole project is released through Moves Global. So that's my team running shit right now.
So, was that the same night that we met? The Moves Global launch party?
That we met. Nah, that was a different event. The one they had, it was hella people performing. They threw it in. I think it was in Dayton.
Oh, okay.
It was like they had like a slew of events around their grand opening, and that was one of them. So that it was earlier on. But yeah, we met at that event in person. Of course, we were social media homies, but we got in person off that night.
Yeah, I say, because I remember that night we met, you didn't get to stick around very long because Dope Donnie was going to.
Yeah, I had to do his performance. I went to that one. They threw me up, and I did listen to me in the booth real quick. So I did that. Everybody was fucking with it, and then I slid to the performance. Cause I was like, bro, I didn't want to jump in front of nobody. They're like, nah, you gotta go. So they threw me in front of motherfuckers. I fucks with it. They're like, nah, we want to hear you. So I appreciate them letting me skip the line a little bit so I can make my other performance.
What would be your idea of making it in the music industry? Since earlier you said really you're just making music because you love making music, but what would be like that defining moment for you to acknowledge like, oh fuck, I've made it?
I don't necessarily want to be famous, but I want to have a core fan base where motherfuckers know me. I got my check on IG, and I got my people that like Queen Naja before she had that core fan base. Then fuck, like every artist got that core. And if I can just make a living off shows and selling music, like I don't gotta be top 10 Billboard, #1 female artist in the world. I know I'm cold as fuck and I got a lane of my own. So for me, I know it sound arrogant as fuck, but I don't really compete with motherfuckers because I don't feel like I got competition. So I mean, I be chilling on my side of town. So realistically, for me, I just want my group of people that love me, and I can stop doing this restaurant management. At least to the point where I could I want to own my own restaurant at one point, but I would like the music to fund that. It's a separate entity, but I just want to be able to perform, make music, do shows, travel, and have people that genuinely love what the fuck I make and do, and that's enough for me.
What's some change you would want to see in your community in like Dayton and Chicago?
One thing with Dayton, I feel like businesses go vacant and they're not taking over. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of empty shit around here. And I would like to see them do more development in the area as far as businesses and just making it like that. I would love to see them develop more. Y'all are a big music city. Like Dayton is really big on music from what I've seen here. I think it'd be nice for them to open up a facility for music videos and shit where you got all these separate rooms, separate setups you can do, like a big super ass, some shit like that, because that's, y'all got a lot of fucking artists out here. A lot of fucking artists. So realistically, just the overall development of the city, I would like to see when shit go out of business, somebody take that building and do something with it, clean it up, make it something nice. Sometimes they take the building, just slap their name on top, don't do shit to it. So I want motherfuckers do their business a little different. My city, the thing with us is I grew up in a gang time where it was structured. So they ain't shoot when women was around. They ain't shoot when kids was around. Like, you caught a motherfucker with a child, you ain't just start just cause you seen them and they baby right there. Like, it's a lot of kids dying. I'm talking about little kids. They shooting 2-year-olds in the head. These motherfuckers just be shooting with no aim. I think for me that gets to me the most. Like, if you're gonna be a hitter, then run up on your target if it gotta be that. Like, I am from the hood, so I get it. Like, I wanna see it do better, but I'm still with the core. Like, even with me, I know if something pop off, I can snap back into my Chicago mentality real quick. Like, hold on. So I get it, you know what I'm saying? I feel 21 Savage, like you want the shit to stop going, but you come from that lifestyle. But as you've gotten out of it and you see that, like out in Dayton, you can go out without worrying about a motherfucker. If you from Salem and you want to go over on this block, a couple blocks over, you can do that unless you got real beef on that block. Even a random person walking on the wrong block in Chicago today, who the fuck are you? You ain't got no answers, you still might get touched. So I mean, it's a culture that I would like people to have a little more value on life. Like, I ain't gonna shoot you just cause you talk to me crazy, or like, we used to fight too, so it didn't go to guns until it was an extensive situation. They don't fight no more. Like, I used to have little cousins with guns at 9, 10, you know what I'm saying? They out there in them streets. I got cousins now that still live in Chicago. They rapping too. You know what I'm saying? I ain't there, but I try to touch base with them and make sure they safe, you know, because they out there in them streets right now. So, I just, overall for my city, it just got to be a change in mindset. If the mindset don't change, ain't nothing gonna change. They can take guns. Motherfuckers ain't shooting with legal guns. Motherfuckers gonna get guns regardless. Like, you can't stop that. The motherfucker know how to take them off and sear and break them down. Like, it's some intricate shit at the city. Like, it's definitely a life in Chicago. It's definitely what people hear. So, I mean, if the mindset don't change, I don't think nothing gonna change in the city.
So the last little bit I got here is talking about your music. You released your album Emergence in 2019. What was like the creative process behind that? Because there are a couple songs that have like different vibes to them.
The vibes came from how I was feeling at the time. Like, even with More or Less, like, when I did the first verse to More or Less, I was in a happier mind. So it's kind of more living, more money, money. When it came time to that second verse, I was in a really dark place. So it turned into that concept because I couldn't create a happy second verse. It wasn't matching. So I just went in there like, more fake, less real. Like, you know what I'm saying? More real and less fake, and more fake. More emotion and less wait. I'm in a non-state. Got a vision and I'm fake. Need to migrate. My temper is not safe. Like, that's where I was at the time. So same thing when I did my bag. Like, I was running from everything and overworking myself. So like, and then I was just like, I need to make a song that's just it explained me in a way too. Cause was me being that alpha female. Like, I believe in being submissive, but I'm not gonna follow you. You can't lead me. So it's kind of like addressing that disconnect I was having with someone at the time. Hurdle started off. Hurdle was actually a cheat song. For some freestyles I dropped that people ain't really sent up or like pay attention to, I literally snatched them lyrics out and put them together from different freestyles and creative versions. So, cause I know the lyrics hit, but I'm like, okay, maybe they just not paying attention. So fuck it, I'm about to do this, and Hurdle's a cut up. The first verse I wrote, I think one of them I had to create fresh, but Emergence was just like, alright, you gotta do this, you gotta come out, you gotta show them here. You know, that was kind of the concept of the video. Like, the video is kind of me in my own head. I'm talking to myself. I'm kind of like stuck in my head. It's just like I eventually come out of it at the end. So, like, when I'm trying to break out, I'm breaking out of my own head, telling me I can't do it. So it's like a lot of my videos got concepts and meanings. A lot of times people don't catch it till I explain it, but it really changed tones. But same with this one. Like, if I couldn't do the song I just recorded. That's called Top Tier. We got 2 features on it that I'm about to email. I just told them it's coming. I'm gonna leak them a little later because these features is fine. I like these 2. So with that, I had to be in a happy mind state on some arrogant shit. It's an arrogant song. And when I was painting a melody, like depending on the song, I bounce back and forth between songs based on my feelings. And that's another reason I haven't been writing to it. But some of the songs are really emotional. So at times when I'm feeling overwhelmed, I don't want to be in my feelings. So I won't write to those songs. I won't even attempt to write because I want to be in a better way where I can control those emotions, handle them, and put them into that song. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Like,
I don't speed write, and I'm a solo writer. Motherfucker know I ain't no artist that could, you can tell me to pull up to the studio, but I'm still gonna tell you to send me an open version. I like to write alone. I like to get in my own head, my vibe. I just need that silence just to be I'm a weird writer. I don't really write either. There's a lot of freestyling. And then if I get stuck, I go to my rhymer and I just look at words until a sentence pops up. So a lot of times I freestyle and add on, I flip shit so much that I'll change my intent to I'm saying I'm very picky with how I say things, you know what I'm saying, and how I present an idea with words right now. Because I got a song coming out and it got a different version of the word P in 4 different definitions, but I'm making one idea and it makes sense. So,
damn.
It's like a peep marshmallow, and then it's peeping out to see where you at. You got a quiet peep when you make a peep, and it's it all flows. But that's what I be trying to tell motherfuckers. They can't fuck with me on this writing, bro. Fire.
With Hurdle, I've watched the music video for Hurdle before. You have the story in Hurdle. I find interesting because you have the white coworker. I'm trying to think, using black stereotypes to you. What made you come up with that concept for that music video?
With Hurdle being my first song, it was kind of a play on my life. So when I was at school, I was selling weed at the time. Somebody told on me, got my room ready. So I have a friend playing that person that was cool with me, calling 911, and I get caught. But at the same time, I overcame it, so I don't give a fuck about a hurdle. That took me from my illegal lifestyle to a legal one. I didn't have a choice. It was part of my probation that I had to work. I started developing as a normal civilian, and I started getting more into business, and I got promotions management. There was one job I had particularly where I was fired for saying the word. I checked a white girl for saying it. She had a black boyfriend and she thought she was gonna keep saying that shit to me. I'm not going for that shit. So she went to HR and they told me I couldn't say the fucking word. But they didn't say shit to her. I got canned. I say that they were watching my they played my video in the company. Motherfuckers were calling me like they back here playing your video. I think they thought I was finna sue their ass or something. And then that's when I said fuck the corporate life. That was in 2019 when I stopped working there, and I just was like, fuck, I was an Uber. I'm just finna Uber and I'm gonna do my music. So I went into music. That's when I leave the situation. I walk in, I dap him up, and more or less is playing in the background. That's that's the story. It's the story of my life because I really went from illegal to legal, and now I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna do what I want to do. That's where we at.
Then in 2020, you released Win.
Mm-hmm.
What was the creative process behind Win with Flam?
When I was having a hard time finding the beats I like, and you know what I'm saying, and Flam was making beats like crazy, so we linked one day. Now he was playing beats for me, and he like, with your style, Flam was kind of playing like kind of the AR role with me too, in a sense, like he was dissecting my style and shit like that, and he like, you need to kind of do it like you got this, so bring it back. So he did some different melodies, and I didn't forget what he did, so I went home trying to mimic what the fuck he was telling me to do. And then I just came up with that. And then I'm like, I'm finna write this. I wrote the verse and I sent it to him. He said, it's fire. I ain't really know how to ad lib at the time, so I'm like, go over me type shit and, bring it out. And then he was in there like, he recorded me and everything. He gave me the beat. He recorded me. And he was like, he'll have me take it up an octave. So he was one of the first producers I had to give me more direction and really try and make me sound a certain way as an artist. So I fucks with that and how he presented it, because he definitely, I think that was the first song I sung on. Besides like My Bad, kind of, I don't really consider, but I don't think I sung on the song publicly before Win. And he was one of the main people saying it ain't a lot of females that can do what I can do with the blend singer. Like, you don't have like a female Rod Wave. They mostly they doing either one. They not really a female Blue. Like, they not really doing it consistently in and out. And he like, that's your lane. So he was definitely one of the first people to be like directing my mind to a style and kind of what embodies me as a total artist.
And then you said with No Caution, that was actually supposed to be on Emergence, but the file got corrupted 4 times. But what was the creative process behind No Caution?
That was one of my, so I don't know if you've ever heard my Weekend freestyle by SZA. I used to do a lot. I'll send it to you. It's old as fuck. I used to do a lot of concept songs. So I'm also a person who likes to create outrageous scenarios. So it's like some just wild shit sometimes, that a lot of my music is true. I don't really like to make up shit that I don't. But it plays on my reputation of dating both sexes and being a person that can take a man or a woman. I have a big reputation for taking women from men from my college days. So the song came up and I'm just like, I got the beat, and I don't know, I instantly just came in like, since you have say I get it, this nigga, I'm like, I'm finna make a song like this because they haven't heard one from me. So it was just also highlighting the fact that even though I do a lot of the hard rapping, like, I still have the feminine side, and we still, can do it on this lane too. So just giving that versatility, because the concept of Emergence was to give them a little bit of everything, even though it didn't end up going that way. So it was supposed to be a blend of all the different sides of me, which is really what we more so doing now. So adding No Caution was a thing, but it was just more so, also Knight was talking shit, talking about I couldn't tell a story at the time. So Motherfuckers, they need to stop talking shit to me because I drop heat. As soon as they start talking crazy, they need to stop giving me ammo. So yeah, shout out to D Knight talking that shit. Talk about you don't even. Oh, I'm like, boy, all you do is tell stories. You see, he trying to rap like me now. He trying to up his lyrical. He be singing and shit. I'm like, boy, when was you singing? I hit him up like you trying to sing like me now, huh? I see you.
And then lastly, that brings us to your newest release that you just dropped on Friday, Addicted to Toxic.
Shit, that is one of the favorite songs on the album for me. Addicted to Toxic is a real life story. The girl I have in the video is my friend. She set me down a few years ago and told me I was the fucking problem in my dating life. She's like, you date these types and you continuously stay in these cycles. And I was listening to a beat one day and I'm just like, I try to turn what I want into it. Because Addicted to Toxic again was on a whole nother beat. It also originally, the verse was about all of my past dating experiences. So it was kind of a personal kind of confession to the toxic patterns I had and people I chose. Like this one dude I was dealing with for like 3 years, and this motherfucker ended up popping out with a girl and a baby. I'm like, this month, like I had no idea. So I had some situations I was in, and it fueled that song. So I had to be open with myself and really sit down. Like, okay, maybe I do these things. Like, so I'm like, my friend was talking to me, saying I'm falling in a pattern if I want. And then realistically, like during that process, I was trying to date different, but it wasn't working. So you get those lines in the song. So it's really some real life shit. Shout out to Nia for even being in the video, having a conversation with me, setting me straight. And when I got the new beat for the song, I actually had to cut it down because the other beat was long as fuck. So the part of it that's still the same was like, it was originally a bridge, but the ending when I be like, see you in my future, I got issues too and I am certain I can suit ya. That was a whole bridge at the time. It was separate from the rap. So I had to cut that because I liked the parts that I like the intro. My friend was talking to me up into that. That was original. And then the middle part I had to recreate. And like it's like 4 bars, then a hook, then this. Like it's not anywhere near a normally structured song. So I had to fit it to Pucca's beat. When I heard it, I'm like, this is Addicted to Toxic. When I made it, the beat gave me like, I'm driving down the highway, just listening. I'm vibing. The air is blowing on me. You know what I'm saying? I'm having a real life moment with myself. And this is what I'm going through. So when people play it, I just see them on a road trip or just listening to it, maybe smoking to it. So it's definitely a true story. I just wanted to make it more general. If you notice, I don't use any pronouns in the song because when I first played the old version, it was more men like, man, these bitches toxic as hell. Da, 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 da. Like they was fucking with it harder than the females. So I made it a general song and took my personal out and went for general person because we all deal with communication issues. A lot of us come into relationships with trust issues, and then we stay in relationships trying to make people something that we want when we know it's not really what we need. So we try to change people that we want into who we need, and that's where we fail. And then now I'm all hurt and my heart's on the floor, and next opens the door. You feel me? So it's just a concept, just a life. Of course, my life, but I hope my life can connect to other people. So that's where that came from. You know, I got to be creative with the way I present stuff. The videos actually, as you can see, I've been dropping snippets. It's a play on a Alcohol Anonymous.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. That I've been watching the snippet where you got it. Where
so we're doing the Toxic Anonymous version of it, where she takes me because my friend like, bitch, this where I've been going. So I came up with that. I'm like, how can I make this different? I ain't want to do like, because I had an idea, but honestly, Knight stole my fucking idea when he dropped that video with the therapist. I'm like, this motherfucker. So I had to switch my entire concept. Because that's kind of where I was going with it at first. And I'm like, fuck it. AA meeting, we addicted, but we trying to get help. We see the problem. And boom, here comes the concept. If you notice, I have concepts damn near for every video.
Yeah, no, you definitely do.
So that's definitely my thing. I like doing that shit. And with this one, we're actually trying to have like me and Donnie on some creating kind of mini movies for each video. So we going real cinematic with these videos. This project. I got another one in the vault, and we about to shoot 2 more. I just got them on reserve right now.
All right. Well, I'm gonna give you the floor to plug everything that you got coming up, Tree.
Man, right now I'm working on this album. I can't even tell y'all when it's coming. I can just tell y'all it's coming because my work schedule is outrageous. I'm on IG, of course. Y'all see me here, Tree 2 times. Facebook, Tree is my page. I know everybody fucks my name up. You searching for my music, it's simply Tree. Somehow people have turned my name into whatever because I make slogans about it. Some people did call me Tree Tree. I didn't know it was gonna take off the way it did when I started saying it twice. You know, I said 2 times. It just turned into a thing. So now I'm Tree say it 2 times. Tree Tree. My YouTube is Tree say it 2 times. Facebook is Tree Tree. My TikTok is Tree 2 times, and that's 2XSTRI. No, it's not try. I get that all the time. It's Tree. All my music is just Tree, but they still call me whatever they want to. And I'm cool with that as long as they fucking with it. I dropped No Caution in July. That's still streaming everywhere. We just dropped Addicted to Toxic. My birthday is Wednesday. We are dropping the official video at noon. Shout out to the Virgos. It's Virgo season, bitch. We up. I'm working on some performances. I got some shit planned. We still getting that together. We doing a lot of behind the scenes work. So we working. Just bear with me. Be patient. I got some of your favorites on the project. Shout out to Moves, for working with me and helping me handle the business side of things because they know I work like crazy. And anytime I got to make an adjustment, they willing to accommodate me if I can't make this. The studio sessions, I appreciate y'all. Shout out to all the artists. Shout out to everybody I fuck with, everybody on the project, everybody involved helping me. Any cameos, any behind the scenes video, because Donnie pull up. Shout out Dave. Dave is always there helping Donnie shoot the videos. And I just want y'all to stay tuned. Shout out Poetic. She definitely been, trying to get me on a lot of events. We having clashes with my work schedule. She got a Lost in Translation coming up. I'm trying to bop through that one again. I did my first one. Of course, past the aux, I'll be doing those. You'll see me back at them soon, probably sooner than you think. Shout out Pucca. Shout out all my producers. DC, the producer that's on the project. Shout out, I got an Aaron Sumlin beat. Everybody know I got Candy on the album. I already leaked that. That's on the Aaron Sumlin beat, the AA rhymes. Hard to get a beat from Aaron Sumlin, so we out here. And shit, we working. Just stay tuned. I appreciate you for letting me come on your platform. You've been showing me love since day one, so I got you. And that's it, bro. Y'all know where to find me. I be chilling, but I be out here.
Hey, I'm glad that you agreed to do it. Took time out of your day to come on here. If you guys did not catch this live on IG, like, comment, subscribe. All of Tree's links will be in the description below. That way you just got to click a link, give her a follow, check out her music. Shit's fire, whether she's singing, rapping. She's just an artist through and through. She's got the deadliest pen.
I appreciate that. I appreciate y'all, man. Please be safe out here. And no matter what a motherfucker say to you, man, do what you want to do. It's in your heart. Do it. Don't let nobody take what you really want to do from you. Show.
Thanks. All right. I appreciate you coming on.
All right, bro. Have a good one.
You too.
Yep.
Bye.